welcome to my channel. Today I would like to discuss with you about PN junction diode VA characteristics using multisim. So basically you know what is meant by a diode, right? A diode is a two-terminal semiconductor device which allows the flow of current through it in only one direction, that is from the positive side of the terminal to the negative side of the terminal in only one direction. That's why in most of the cases diodes are used as switches only. Okay, so we can find several applications for the diode, switches, rectifiers, etc. etc. So many types of applications are there for diodes. So for a basic diode, for a basic PN junction diode, how can we calculate the VA characteristics using multisim? Okay, so now for the construction of the circuit, we need some basic components. So those are the power supply, first one DC power, next. So instead of the DC power, we can also take another supply, that is DC interactive voltage. So there is some advantage taking this DC interactive voltage, okay, because in the circuit itself we can modify the voltage, input voltage. That's why I am taking this DC interactive voltage. Okay, you can find it here, DC interactive voltage. Okay, next one, on the basic component like resistor. Okay, resistor, and next one diode. Next one ground also. Yes, ground. And next one, this one multimeters like voltmeter and multimeter, ammeter, voltmeter. So these are the components required for the construction of the PN junction diode. So first of all, there are two types of configurations for the PN junction diode, that is biasings. First one is forward biasing, second one is reverse biasing. So forward biasing means connecting the positive terminal of the battery to the P side of the terminal, that is the positive side of the terminal. That's what is called as forward biasing. So here, so this is the positive side of the battery. This is the positive side of the battery, and this is the positive side of the diode. So when we combine these two, it is called as forward biasing. Okay. Okay. Okay, and these multimeters can be used as both like voltmeter and multimeter. So this one XMM1 is taken as ammeter and XMM2 is taken as voltmeter. So I am rotating it 90 degrees. Positive side of the terminal is again given to the P side of the diode, and this one is given to the negative side. Okay, now the circuit construction is finished. So let us see that once again. So this is the supply. Okay, I have taken interactive supply, voltage source. Here resistor is there, which is 1 kilo ohm, and here ammeter, this is diode, and this is ground, and this is the voltmeter. So how can you say that this is a voltmeter, and how can you say this one is a voltmeter and this one is a voltmeter and the other one is ammeter? By setting the parameters here. Okay, for example, see here XMM1 multimeter is there. For this one, we select ammeter reading with DC supply. Okay, similarly at the output side XMM2 is there. For this one, we select the voltage, and also here also we are going to measure the values in the DC only. So here we will select this one. So for both like this, we set ammeter and voltmeters by using this multimeter. Okay, so now let us just start the circuit. Let us simulate the circuit. So as we can see that when the diode is having an input supply of less than 1 volt, the current obtained here is very less, it is in microamps. In general, the PN junction diode has a current which is in milliamps, and normally whenever we apply the voltage, it will reflect with the diode output side. So but here before the cut-in voltage, there is very less current, that is in microamps, and also the applied voltage is also very less. So when we increase the supply to 1 volt, so the circuit just started to increase. Like see here 500 microamps, and here the voltage reading is approximately 500 millivolts. So when we go on increasing the input supply at the diode side, at the output side, the voltage is also increasing. See here, I applied 3.5 millivolts at the output side. Across the diode, I am getting 590 millivolts. Okay. At the same time, here if you observe, I am getting milliamps, current in milliamps. Previously, we got, when I apply current voltage, input voltage approximately equal to 1 volt, I get the current in microamps, which is very less, but within few voltages only, like 1 volt to 3 volts, approximately the change of just 2 voltages only, 2 volts only, I am getting the current in milliamps. Okay, so like this, if you go on increasing the voltage, input voltage, we get a similar change in the current and also in the voltage at the diode, across the diode. Okay, so this is how we do PN junction diode. Okay, now let us see the DC sweep analysis. Let us see the graphs, how we are going to get the graphs. Okay, for this one. So for this one, DC sweep analysis, we have to change the supply to normal DC power supply. Interactive supply will not used or won't work most of the times for DC sweep. That's why I am taking this one. Okay, so here you can see the default value is 12 volts. So no, it is not a problem. So we can change the interactive simulation to the DC sweep simulation. Here you can observe DC sweep simulation is there. Select this option, and normally the voltage source is V1 only. Here the V1 is there, that is the normal source, that's the input we are going to give. So that's why here the source is taken as V1 only by default. At the output side, there are number of variables available. So which one we are going to take as the output on the y-axis? In general, the current across the diode is taken as the voltage output. So on y-axis we are going to take I. So add this one and just save the circuit and start simulation. So you can observe that after at the starting point, like 0 volts, the current is very less, that is in microamps. After the cut-in voltage, like when we are going to get the cut-in voltage of 0.67 around these points, so we can observe the change in the current. Okay, like this. Once again we can change the values. Okay, like increment of 0.1 only I can give on y and x-axis with a change in every 0.1 volt. We can find out the value change in x-axis, y-axis. Okay, and just run this circuit. Okay, once if you have any problem, just remove this one and again remove this one and save the circuit, and again try to add the circuit again. Just simulate the circuit. Okay, you can observe right here the current is in milliamps. The current is in milliamps, but basically previously So once again we do the sweep analysis. You can observe here. So here approximately at the point 0.6 like that, you are going to see a change in increase in the current. Okay, and the current is increasing linearly here. So for example, you can also transfer the same values to know the values by using these transfer characteristics. Okay, you can also export the values to the Excel sheet so that you can get the graph in the Excel also. So let us, if you want, we can change the name itself here itself, forward characteristics. Design name is PN junction. Like this, we can give the name itself here. So to export it to the Excel sheet, we have to click this one. Okay, export to Excel sheet. So when you click this export to Excel sheet, you will get one dialog box like saying it as whether to select traces or not. You can select that one and click OK. It will ask again, once again confirmation. Click OK. Then Excel sheet will open. In that Excel sheet, you will find X traces and Y traces. That means for every input of X coordinates, we are going to get the Y coordinates. So we know that on X axis we have taken voltage. So I am writing it as voltage V. On Y axis we have taken current. Current units are millivolts, milliamps, sorry. So like this we are going to get. So for this one we can draw a scattered graph. Okay, if you draw a scattered graph, we can observe the graph like this. So see this. If you want, we can rename like this. Okay. Next, here we have taken current in milliamps. Here we have taken voltage in volts itself. So like this we have taken. So you can observe that. So the graph is increasing linearly after cut-in voltage. So this shows that PN junction diode after cut-in voltage will increase linearly. So again, like this only, we can do reverse bias condition. But in multi-sim, there is a practical problem that we can't get directly the values in the third quadrant. So what we have to do is just perform the following process which I am going to do. Like this we are going to get reverse process also. So for this one, the diode should be connected for reverse bias. I am saying about reverse bias. For reverse bias, you have to connect the diode in reverse condition. That is, positive terminal of the battery should go to the ground and negative terminal of the battery should go to the diode. So here, negative terminal of the battery should go to the diode positive. So the diode should be flipped vertically. So now I gave negative terminal of the diode to the positive terminal of the battery and positive terminal of the diode to the ground itself. So this is the reverse connection. So just run the circuit. First of all, go to interactive simulation. Okay. In interactive simulation, you can find the current and voltage values. If 12 volts is applied like this, I am going to apply just 2 volts. Okay. We are going to apply 2 volts. So I am getting very less current. That is in the nanoamps. Okay. If the voltage is going on increasing, the current will decrease further up to a certain point. After breakdown, the diode current will be constant in reverse bias condition. It won't change. Okay. Only the voltage will increase whatever the voltage we are going to give, that is obtained at the across the diode. But here you can observe that the voltage is same as the input voltage across the diode, but the current is changed. So let us give 1 volt. So let us see in this condition how much current we will go into. Approximately that current only. There is no much change in the current. But here the voltage is also across the diode is also same as the input. Approximately 1 volt. Okay. Like this we are going to get. So for this also we can perform the DC simulation. DC switch. Select the DC switch and select the output. Yes, right. Run. So see, here when we are going to increase, we can change the background like this. Okay, here observe that when we are going to increase the reverse voltage, the current decreased due to breakdown and it kept constant further also. When we are going to increase the voltage, the current is not going to increase or decrease. It approximately maintained constant throughout the increase of the voltage, reverse voltage. Okay, so this one also you can do in the Excel by clicking this one. Okay, you can export to the Excel. Right, we are going to get another sheet here. So for this one also you can name it as VR volt, and next this one as IR. In reverse bias condition we are going to get in microamps, right? Microamps. Okay, so to get this graph in the third quadrant, I am doing one thing. So what is that is, I am taking negative voltage. Why? Because we are going to apply a reverse voltage, right? Reverse voltage is nothing but the negative voltage. Okay, so these are the values. So for these two, if I plot a scattered graph, we will get the definitely in the third quadrant like this. See here, from this point to this point, for a very small fraction of changes, approximately 0 to 0.1 itself, the current has been dropped very severely. This is called as breakdown. Okay, this is called as breakdown. So after this breakdown, the current almost remains constant, whether the voltage is going to increase or decrease. This is reverse voltage V. So this is reverse current. So for further increase in the reverse voltage also, the current once after the breakdown remains constant toward the circuit. So this is called as reverse characteristics, and here we have forward characteristics. So combining these two, okay, we will get one minute. So let us see. This is the forward characteristics, and this is the reverse characteristics. So combining these two, we will have So combining these two, we can observe that, so these are the forward characteristics and these are the reverse characteristics. Like that we can observe that both the characteristics. Okay, so this is how we can perform PN junction diode characteristics.